Hey guys, part 2 of my opinion on Twilight. We've talked a lot. We have talked a lot of things. Now I have so much to say, but if you see this video just for fun, because I think a lot of people like to see videos where people complain about Twilight, I want to give you a little recap from vampire movies, because I'm a big vampire horror movie fan, and I want to show you my knowledge about vampires movies, of course. Let's begin with the one and only Nosferatu. This is an absolute masterpiece. In a book I have, which is called Film, this is actually on the list of the top 100 best films ever. This is on the list. It's a vampire movie that follows the novel of Bram Stoker. The vampire is played by Max Schreck, and he's just amazing in a role. He's creepy and so real at the same time that I almost shit my pants. This is a real vampire. As you can see here, this is how it looked like. Yeah, he looks really fucked up and creepy. And this movie is pretty scary to be from 1922. And actually, this movie got banned in Norway. Yes, this movie got banned in Norway, and it didn't show up before 1972. Yes, that's right. It got banned from Norway, and it didn't show up before 1972. This is true. This is an indestructible masterpiece of horror. If you haven't seen this, then you have to check it out, because this is a film that no horror movie fans should miss. I'm dead serious. This is a great film. Max Schreck is one of the best silent actors of horror movies ever. Go check this one out. This is a real vampire movie. Dracula. The 1931 Dracula. What better classic can you ever get? Dracula is a masterpiece of sound horror movies. Nosferatu is a masterpiece of silent horror films. This is a masterpiece of sound horror films. Bela Lugosi is just fantastic in his role. And I have to say, I do like Bela Lugosi better than Max Schreck. He does an amazing performance. And this is the movie that started the whole Dracula genre and vampire genre. If this would never have been made, then there wouldn't be any other vampire films. This is the one that started it all. People say Nosferatu started it all, in a way, but think about the year in the middle, 1922, and they didn't get a new Dracula film before 1931. I would say this started it all, because we got sequels, we got a lot of stuff after this movie. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It stands right beside Frankenstein, the Wolfman, all the Universal classics. This is a masterpiece. A great film that you have to watch. This is a real vampire movie. Alright. So I got a lot of sequels, but they're in the Legacy collection. I don't want to show them. And after that I got a little break of universal horror films. Of course, it was the 40s, of course, but 40s. But throughout the 50s, we didn't get much horror films. Now it was all about monster films. Of course, the 50s were called the Atomic Age. So it was all about monster films, alien invaders, and all about that. Pretty cool, but it needed more horror. So in the studio in England, Hammer Studios they brought back the Universal monsters Frankenstein, the Mummy, and a lot of others. But one of the most best known is of course Dracula. Horror of Dracula, starring Christopher Lee. This is one of his big hits. I mean, he's not the best Dracula ever, but he's pretty badass in these films. The look at his face when he's angry, man, I would piss myself if I met him in the streets one time. He does a great job, I have to say. But he doesn't top Max Schreck or Bela Lugosi, but he did a great job, I have to say. This one is not far away from a novel, actually. It does have some characters that does reminds you of the characters in the novel, and it sticks sometimes from the novel, but not completely. It's a great film, and I highly recommend it. Here in Norway it's hard to get all the Hammer films, but I got one other, and this is definitely my favorite, and it's Scars of Dracula. Christopher Lee is back, and it's just a great film. Really gothic, dark movie, a lot of fog, and it's just a really creepy movie. Of course, the death of Dracula in this movie was kind of weird, but I don't care. It was just a great film, and I really liked it. I'll just put the movie over there. So we have some, after the Hammer, we got some more. It was more about slashers and other stuff. We didn't get a lot of vampire films or any of the Universal monsters. But we got one little movie, directed by one of the greatest horror directors of all time. 1979, Tobe Hooper made Salem's Lot, which is a TV movie. This is my third favorite vampire movie, and one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This movie was just amazing. The characters in this movie are so likable. I can't remember last time I saw a movie with so likable characters. It was over 20 characters, and all of them were likable. And this is no Twilight shit. No. In Twilight there's no characters that you like. But in this movie there's so many characters, you find them interesting to watch. Yeah, this movie is very long. It's up to 3 hours, I guess. Sorry, I guess. Things doesn't happen before. Well, there's stuff happening all through the movie, but there's not really big things that are happening before I don't know, 2 hours, yeah. And people probably think, oh god, 2 hours of just talking? Yeah, 2 hours with just talking. But listen, the 2 hours talking is so good. It had good dialogues, and of course the characters are great. Maybe not great actors, but the characters are so likable. And that is good acting. Maybe they're not as amazing as these other who got Oscars and all that, but they can be good in their own way. And the most important for the audience is them to like the characters. In this movie, I liked all the characters. I love them. I love watching them, hearing what they said, and just looking at them. The facial, no, sorry, I said wrong. Everything with the characters was just great, and one of the big reasons I love this movie is because of the main vampire. Here. Doesn't he look like someone you've seen before? Yes, it's the inspiration from Nosferatu. So yeah, this is a great film. Okay, I don't have much time, but there's so much I want to show you. One last one I want to show you, and I actually just watched this for not a long time ago, and I just totally loved it. I thought it was a great ending to the vampire genre. And it's the 1987, I think. Yeah, the 1987 The Lost Boys. I mean, there's not actually a lot of good actors and not a good story, but this sticks very true to the vampire. And if you want a vampire teen horror movie, then you should check this out. This is a teen vampire movie, not Twilight. Alright? This is the one you want to watch, not Twilight. And if you haven't seen it, then go check it out, god damn it. If you have the Twilight DVDs and the Twilight books, throw them away and go to a DVD store. If you find this, buy it at once. Alright? It's not like, the cover looked not so good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch the movie. Fuck no, you're gonna watch this movie. I command you to watch this movie. Yeah, I command you to watch this movie. You're gonna do it. As I'm sitting here talking, you want to do it. Your fingers, your hands, want to just grab the DVD from the video you're watching right now. You just want to take your hand, grab it like this, just open it, take the disc, put it in a DVD player, put it on a TV, and then watch the goddamn movie. That's what you want to do now. Nothing about Twilight is better because I don't know, I just like it. I can't say why. Okay, maybe you like it, but I don't care. Twilight is terrible. The Lost Boys. Alright, stay tuned to part 3. Yeah, stay tuned to part 3.